guys. Welcome to Angeline's Beauty Hub. My name is Angeline, and I am your beauty consultant specializing in skincare. And today, I am this is a video that I am doing particularly for my business people, my people who are in business, particularly in network marketing business, multi-level marketing business, direct sales business that we are in. And I want to talk about consistency. I want to, and I'm going to be sharing a PowerPoint with you because this is a training that I'm doing on consistency. And consistency is that quality of always behaving or performing in a similar manner or always happening in a similar way. It is also a state or condition of always happening or behaving the same way. In my estimation, consistency is both action and reward, and we will see more of that later. When we are consistent, we are committed to doing result-oriented activities, and we are clear on what we want to accomplish and taking the steps to reach those goals. Consistency is also about keeping your word or carrying out what you or I agreed to do. Your level of consistency reflects your values and standards. Yeah. When you are consistent, you're doing what you're required now to achieve a better outcome. Therefore, consistency is about repetition. It's about doing the same thing repeatedly over time to reach our goal. And you can always go back over these, replay this recording to get all of those words. Leadership expert John Maxwell says, small discipline, repeated with consistency every day lead to great achievements gain slowly over time. And we can see that sometimes in our diet and exercise. We don't get a six-pack the same day we go into the gym. The first day, it's consistently over time. And some tool for consistency, what we need before we can even be thinking about being consistent. First of all, we need intention. Our intention has to be in the right place. So our mindset that we have, what our minds would like in the end, that is our intention. And we need a made-up mind. We need to start where we are, taking responsibility, of course, for where we are. That's the first thing that we need. So it starts within us, first and foremost. And then we need, going out externally, now, we need to write our goals. Our goals need to be clearly defined. Vagueness and indecision does not help consistency, but it hinders it. So we need to be clear on our goals, write them down clearly, what we want. And sometimes we're not going to get it right all the time or the first time, but it is important to write it down. Believe, number 3, believe that it is possible. Whatever you are thinking or you would like to accomplish, that it is possible. So it's believing in yourself, it's believing in your company, in the products, in the opportunity. and so on. Belief is important in the mix. Knowledge, information. Number four is we need to be have some knowledge of what our main product or products are, because the thing is, if we do not know what we are trying to put before people, if we don't, and nobody says you have to be an expert per se, but product knowledge is essential for you, right? Clearly allocated time um, for activities. What are the things that you're going to be doing is number five. And of course, number six is a willingness to be kind to yourself, because no one gets it right all the time. We don't want to be beating up on ourselves too much. So our intention, goals, a belief, knowledge, or information, clearly outlined activities, and to be kind to yourself are the six things that we, and of course there could be more, but that's what I'm zeroing on. Those things we need to at least have a great idea about before we even embark on being consistent, and the actions that we need to be taken for to develop consistency. First of all is within ourselves. Self-development is essential, you know, as we, because we are setting goals, and I would hope that the goals that we're setting are, you know, high lofty goals, because otherwise it really it doesn't make sense. Because what happens sometimes is, as some experts say, sometimes we set our goals too low and we achieve them and we're like, you know. And so we really need to stretch ourselves when we are thinking about setting goals. They really need to scare us when we are setting our goals. And so self-development is essential, because as they say, it is what you become in the process. And so watching videos, reading books, listening to podcasts, having great conversations are essential for us. Notice there's nothing about watching soap operas and binge watching all these things, you know. I was sitting with some people the other day, and somebody asked, what would you recommend that I can binge watch on Netflix? And I just sat there. I could not answer, of course, because right now, as my life is, I do not binge watch anything on television. And it was just fascinating to me to watch the conversation going on around me, because people binge watch so much. Anyway, that's a different thing. The next thing that we want to be doing in our consistent action is, you know, our customer service, because you're in business, you do have customers. So we want to be touching base with our customers, calls, texts, emails, social media. We want to be touching base with customers. Now, these could be people that we've meet somewhere, or somebody has recommended you or something, you know. And so you want to be touching base. And sometimes even your customers, I mean, sometimes I just sit down and just send texts to people to just say, hey, how are you? How's the summer going? How's the winter going? How is this going? Just to touch base, to so that they will remember the, hey, I'm here when you're ready, you know, kind of thing. And I mean, I have best customers, so I just love on them. And then the great FU, follow up. You know, we may have our own customers that they may have ordered something, and in your estimation it should be finished by now, or on, there should be on the last of it, and you want to follow up with them, or you may have gotten a contact with somebody, or you may have met them at an event, or so you want to follow up, and you want to do that consistency. um, Being consistent with on-time delivery. If you deliver products to people like I do at times, you want to be consistent and delivering on time to them. Thank you for purchasing. Listen, this is huge, right? And don't, maybe your company like mine do send, an email to customers, automatic email to say thank you for your order. But hey, I don't leave it at that. I send a card in the mail to my customers to say thank you for your orders. Promotions, there may be things that are going on in your company that are being promoted, or you may have your own promotions that you want to do. Texts, emails, calls, social media posts, delivery of brochures, whatever you can do in the area of promotions. These are things that you want to be doing consistently. Now, what are the results that we get from consistency? Believe it or not, the first thing is self-confidence, because you are keeping your word, first of all, with yourself in being consistent. So you are doing the thing that you said you are going to be doing consistently. So it builds confidence when you're like, oh, I did this last week, and this and this and this. I did this Monday and Wednesday and Friday, or whatever day it was. I did it. Oh, that feels good. You know, it gives you a peace of mind when you have, or know that you have done the things that you're supposed to be doing. Because believe it or not, there are some things that prevent us from even sleeping sometimes, and they're there in the back of our minds, processing still, because we have not done them. When we have done them, then we can sleep peacefully, because we have done them. Consistent actions are duplicatable. So if you're someone that have a team, then you can say to your team that these are the things that I do. I make my calls, I send text, I do promotions, I do them Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays. I do this, that. And so now your team members can say, oh, okay, I can do that. And so it is definitely duplicatable. Of course, you get valuable results, and you will see this over time in the same way that if you're exercising, and I walk, that is my exercise predominantly, and I'm amazed sometimes that just by walking, the difference that I see in my body and how I feel over time. And that's what happens to us when we work consistently. We see the results over time, and of course our business will grow because we are working consistently. um Before I go on to this last slide, we can put all kinds of things in place to help us to be consistent. We can do a table with the days of the week, Monday through Friday, and then the activities under each day. Or you can just list the activities, and then you can say, well, on Monday I can make calls, yeah, and on Tuesdays I can send texts, and on Wednesdays I can do social media posts. And so every Wednesday you're doing social media posts, every Tuesday you're doing sending texts, every Monday you're making calls. And that's how the consistency is. And you can do that by hand, or of course there are different tools that you can do using your your phone, your smartphone to do these things. You can use Google Calendar, or you can use a desk calendar. There are so many options for us these days to carry out these tasks that we can do. You know, we can accomplish our goals if we have the right strategy, we take the right action. Consistency. When consistency becomes an important habit, you can use it to your advantage, which will improve how you feel and the result you create. You are creating this result. You're not leaving it to chance. You're not leaving it to just, oh, well, you know, I prayed about it and so I'm waiting. No, you have the tools that have been given to you, and then you can create the result. If you develop consistency, the chances of achieving what you want, your goals, when you want it, is great. If you do not, then the results are very limited. If you do not, if you're not consistent. So try this. Choose a goal. Identify one action that's required to achieve it. Create a plan to track that action for at least 60 days or until it becomes a habit. Because, you know, some things that we do, it does take a while to become a habit. And habit is what we really want to get to. We want to get to the point where we're doing some things without even thinking about it, you know, and that's where a habit is. We have the habit of getting up in the morning, brushing our teeth, and it's just so automatic. And that's what we want to do with our business. We just want to get up and know that, okay, today is phone call day, tomorrow is text day, and the next day is social media posts day. And we just do that consistently. And so remember, have your goals, allocate time every week to do the things that matters to you, that will bring you closer to achieving your goals. Notice triggers, because sometimes there are things that you can put in place to trigger some actions. So for example, you can say, okay, when I get up in the mornings or in the evenings after I've had my dinner, that's when I'm going to be making my calls. You know, so the end of the dinner becomes the trigger, you know, and so we want to be watching for those things, as we can use triggers as well to notice things that we do not do, right? So we want to be careful with that. Review your progress, you know, and ask others for feedback as well, because this can definitely help you. Celebrate your success. Yay! You know, sometimes we focus so much on what we do not do, and we beat up on ourselves so badly, you know, but we want to celebrate the things that we have done and have achieved because of our consistency. And we want to do them because it's good to do, you know, and it makes us feel good because we have been consistent in doing the things that we need to do to take us closer to our goals, because we're in business and we want to progress, you know, we want to get to there. So, and remember guys, you are not expected to be like anyone else. Just be you, do you consistently, to working towards your goal. Of course, we can do things that are not taking us towards our goals consistently, but we want to be sure that the things that we are doing are taking us closer to our goals. So cleaning our office, straightening up, getting this done, getting all those things do not take us towards our goals. We want to be doing the activities consistently that will take us to achieving our goals. Listen, it has been my pleasure sharing with you about consistency. I hope this has been of value to you. If it has, my request to you is that if you have not yet subscribed, please do like this video and share it with someone you believe or a team that you believe will find value in it. Thank you again. This has been my absolute pleasure. My name is Angeline Fletcher, and this is Angeline's Beauty Hub. God bless you. One love. Take care.